Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Adrian and Alex. We are here filming outside.
Just like
right
outside.
after, yeah, we're just outside. This is probably the first time we've done the podcast, or like in any type of form, like together and actual
Like in person, yeah.
in person, yeah. But the Game Awards just happened, and yesterday, and we just wanted to make like just some comments about it because it was actually pretty good. Like honestly, I streamed it yesterday, and it was good. Like one of the best Game Awards since the first one where they or second one where they unveiled the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, they actually did announce that Game Awards more than 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
A while ago.
Before the fall.
Yeah.
But some great announcements. I mean, for me, probably the highlights, and we're not going to run down a list or anything, but Hades 2, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, same.
Like I said, that studio, Supergiant Games, they don't ever do sequels. Like, none of their games are sequels, and they're all, like, completely different game types after they make something.
That's true, yeah. Like, we never got a Bastion 2 despite its popularity, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Hades 2 was a surprise legitimately for me. And then the other announcements, I actually didn't, watch all the trailers yet, but Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I thought that was the biggest surprise, and it doesn't make sense that it was like a shock, because I mean we heard the game sold okay, or sold well. It wasn't like it
sold
was,
well.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a failure or anything, and there are genuine fans of that game.
Right.
But I just don't know why I wasn't expecting it.
I think you didn't play Death Stranding.
No, I own Death Stranding.
Same.
There was an episode, literally, I think I was in the U.S. when it came out, actually.
Yeah.
And I think you played a little bit of it.
I played the beginning of it because, I mean, like a lot of people, they picked up Death Stranding just because, oh, it's a Kojima game.
Yeah.
As a Metal Gear fan, I was like, well, I want to know what he can do, what he's capable of when he's not constrained by Konami, when he's free to be as creative as he wants. So what is this man gonna put out? So I got Death Stranding, and I put maybe 2 hours into it, and I was like, this game's okay, and then I never picked it up again.
Some people don't like the walking simulator.
I don't not
the future predictor.
I don't hate it.
The future.
I don't hate it, but for some reason the loot wasn't enough to hook me.
Yeah, I mean,
everyone tells me they're like, oh, keep playing, you'll get into it, you'll love it, and I believe them, but I just haven't gotten to that part yet. That being said, though, with Death Stranding 2 being announced, maybe I'll try to pick up Death Stranding again.
It made me want to play Death Stranding 1, honestly, especially towards the end of the trailer, where it got kind of weird Metal Gear-y, boss vibes or whatever. I think that's what, this game feels a little bit more focused now, all of the engine, everything, all that stuff, they're not creating anything from scratch anymore, so he did say he rewrote the story, after the pandemic.
I think he was starting to write it before the pandemic, and then it hit, and he's like, oh, I actually have different ideas now, so I think he changed it. I think, I didn't notice this myself, but my friend who watched the trailer noticed that it says Death Stranding 2, and then working title.
Yeah.
So the final title isn't working. Yeah, sorry, it's working. The final title isn't maybe going to be Death Stranding 2.
I think it still might be Death Stranding, but then some type of subtitle.
Some kind of subtitle. Yeah. So it might not be numbered.
But numbered. Okay.
It could not. I mean,
it's still got Sam Bridges in it. So.
It might be numbered. It could not be numbered, but it could be some kind of subtitle, or it could be some insane bait and switch, it's in the Death Stranding universe.
Well, he's got that other. There's that one game he's working on for Microsoft, and then there's something else. But I remember him tweeting, and there's 3 separate logos, and I guess that's what's in this game. We only see one of the main logos in this trailer, but there's 2 other big logos, and I assume it is gonna be just a universe at this point.
Yes. So I mean, it probably will be Death Stranding 2, but there's nothing stopping it from being oh, it's in the universe, so therefore right now we're calling it Death Stranding 2, but once it gets closer to development, it's gonna be something.
I feel like I'm going to end up playing that on my Steam Deck. It seems it feels like a great game just to nod off the sleep to mid delivery,
especially the first one, yeah. So Death Stranding 2, and then whatever Bayonetta Origins is.
I don't know about. I mean, I have to finish up honestly Bayonetta 2 and Bayonetta 3, just because it's a whole complete prequel for Cereza. And it seems like it might be something that they might do a little bit going down the line, just like because they said like we hope you enjoy these games with an S. I don't know if Doug Bowser said that on purpose. It was he read a letter from Platinum thanking people for the award, but he said like, yeah, we'd like to do more of these games.
So those for me were the big surprises. The other things that were nice to see in general was a date for D4, Diablo 4.
Diablo 4. Oh, that's also so that month, June next year is hell.
Yeah,
it's actually hell. June 6th for Diablo.
For Diablo, yeah.
June 22nd or 23rd for Street Fighter, and then June 22nd or 23rd for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
Those are all the same. I don't know what's happening right there.
I'm only gonna get one of those games, if anything.
I think most people only want to get one or two of those games. I think you can only get. You can't do Diablo and Final Fantasy. The trailer was really good for Diablo.
No, because they always do good trailers.
They always do good trailers.
Like,
it's just a good Blizzard trailer, you know?
Blizzard should just do movies, honestly.
They did that. No, they didn't. I don't know who did that Warcraft movie.
It wasn't Blizzard.
It wasn't Blizzard.
But Blizzard should just do movies. But anyway, the trailer's really good. So D4 was a nice to like see a date for.
Yeah.
Date for Street Fighter, and then for me, like the FF16 trailer, just to get a little more story, world exposition.
I don't know what we're getting with that game. Like, so they focused on different things in each trailer. This one was like revenge. So the first trailer I think was what, Summons?
Yes.
First two trailers were kind of summon focused.
This trailer, I don't know if it's anything focused on.
It was combat focused.
Well,
more so. It's
more
like
conflict focus, I think. There's a couple things that I don't know if we learned this in the last trailer, but in this trailer for sure we know that the main character can turn into Ifrit.
We thought that was the whole thing, right? Like his brother is the one who is technically the one who is gifted with the ability to use Ifrit, but now we know, like, because his brother's taken or killed. I don't know which one, but now he's kind of carrying Ifrit, and
so
he's not meant to carry it.
He can turn into Ifrit, but I know there's other characters in the story that can turn into the other summons. So I think he meets and he fights like Garuda.
Yeah.
And I think Garuda is also just like
someone else's.
Yeah.
Which was that was in the last trailer. They tried to unveil all the different kingdoms and the people who are able to use those.
Summons.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting, well, obviously the game is out yet, we don't know, but I'm expecting some kind of political intrigue, kind of like 12.
I was talking about this on stream yesterday. It's like that game, for whatever reason, the more they've shown of it, the more I like what I see, but don't really connect with it. It's strange because like there is a main character, and we actually saw like him fighting with a party. Like there were two people in his party in the trailer.
I don't know if they're controllable, but they're probably just AI.
Even if they're AI, like I think this is the first time we've like really seen them in a trailer.
Yeah.
But like I still don't really have like a connection to the main character, or like
we probably don't. I
don't know if I'm supposed to, right?
I don't even know his name actually. He has a name.
Like all the information, if you go to the website, it's there.
I actually don't know what his name is.
But it's like this weird thing.
It's something
like,
weird, right? It's a weird thing.
It's like, okay, I like with 13, right? Like I remember Lightning and going like, oh, that's kind of a cool character, or like that's a Cloud-like character. Like there's like something that allowed me to say like I have an opinion about this character, and maybe kind of drew me in. But for this one, it's not I don't want to.
They're focusing on the world. They're focusing on the world, yeah.
And I don't know if that's gonna rub some people, like if some people would come away from this game going, the combat was amazing, but I didn't really like it. Let me down the story because we know it's a mature story, but like at the end of the day, and maybe this isn't the best example, but like what's Devil May Cry or Dante or Devil May Cry or Bayonetta without Dante? It's like a great action game, but like you still, I still feel people.
Here's the thing though,
going
like,
back to those characters.
I don't think Devil May Cry has a good story.
No, it doesn't.
I don't think
it doesn't.
Because if you take Dante away from Devil May Cry, you just have a really good action game.
Yeah.
With a bad story.
But
I think
that character carries that.
And I think 16 will get carried by not the main character, probably just by what unfolds around the main character.
So it's like, because even Game of Thrones, like anytime you have something political, there has to be someone you have to have some sympathy for the main family, and I think that's what they're going for.
I think the plot of 16 will get driven by not like circumstances that kind of happen outside of the main character's control.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I mean, it's obviously it's about revenge and about his brother and either getting him back or something. At the end of the trailer, he's like, "I waited 15 years for this," and he sees his brother. So you've noticed like he actually ages throughout that trailer.
I think I mean, the game comes out in
June.
So that's like 7 months from now.
Yeah, it's not too far.
7 months if you have a PS5.
If you have a PS5. 6 months later if you have a PC.
So a full year. Oh shit.
What else is there? I mean, like, I guess for me, there was obviously, yeah, some of the weirder games that Bad Cop game was so strange because it had a really good like meme-worthy cast: Danny Glover, Chuck Norris, Vanilla Ice, Danny Trejo. Like, there's like some really good actors in there, and I have no clue if that game is actually going to be good. But it has this like Vice City vibe to it, and I think it's a first-person shooter. But it's one of those things where it's like, oh, okay. I want the story to be good, memey, but not bad. You know, like, I want it to be a good B movie.
I mean,
I want it to be a good B movie. Like the fact that they're memeing up Chuck Norris in there, and he's like an actual sheriff, like Walker Texas Ranger too. Like I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So that was something. But I think Hades too, and then Armored Core. I mean, Armored Core I think was a huge reveal.
Unexpected, honestly, unexpected for me because like From Software for the last while has been kind of focused on a particular genre. Right?
Yeah. I mean, some people are thinking this might be like a Mecha Souls.
I hope not.
Like,
no.
I mean, that game series was hard anyways.
Just make it Armored Core.
It was. It wasn't. I mean, it was.
No, because like FromSoft, I think they've been around for quite some time, but I think they blew up in terms of relevancy in the last 10 years with the success that they found
with the Souls series.
With Souls.
Yeah.
So now a lot of people, especially like Western gamers, now they know of FromSoft as the Souls like guys.
Yeah.
But they also have other games, and Armored Core is one of them. Armored Core, I think, was relatively popular, kind of niche-y almost.
Yeah, it was kind of niche-y, relatively popular mech sim.
But they've been making Armored Core before they ever made Souls. So now that when they announced Armored Core 6.
Souls.
Armored Core 6, I was like, holy shit, they remembered.
I mean, there was a rumor that they were the next game that they were coming out with was already practically done for the most part, and I think that
was Armored Core
was like the Armored Core thing. And Miyazaki, they won Game of the Year for Elden Ring, which did a lot, honestly, in terms of just like cultural relevance this year. I mean, you couldn't walk anywhere in late February, March, April without people talking about Elden Ring, and I love that game. Like it's great. So it was pretty much between that and God of War, but he said like we want to do more in the Elden Ring series. Like we want to do more stuff there, and winning the award like encouraged him. He's like, it encouraged me to like really believe that we can actually do this, and I'm like, the 10 million plus copies that encourage you.
The money you're sitting on. Yeah. No, I think that's good. I mean, obviously, FromSoft has hit a formula that they basically spawned a genre.
They spawned the genre
in the same way that Monster Hunter spawned the hunting genre.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like with Elden Ring won Game of the Year, which honestly doesn't surprise me. I had a feeling like when I saw the nominee list, I'm like, it's probably gonna be Elden Ring, even if it's not my personal Game of the Year. Like I feel like it would be Game of the Year.
Everyone's.
But I mean, just to wrap things up, let's wrap up with how the award show wrapped up. So
there's no one behind us, right? There's like no one behind us.
What did you think of that guy?
that kid. So there were two people. There were two stars at the end of that show. I think his name is Pedro. The flute, the guy who plays flute. If you look at the performance, he actually switches instruments like 3 or 4 times.
That's a star player. I used to play concert band, right?
Yeah.
I used to play a lot of music in high school. And anyone who can switch instruments and play all of them to a very high level, that's a very talented musician.
And he was just getting hyped. He was like,
that's a very talented musician right there.
Like he blew it up, and then but after that, like when the award for Game of the Year happens, Miyazaki and his crew are walking on stage. There's like 4 of them. And then like in like the other aisle, like this kid in a black jacket. He just merges with them, and he goes on the stage, and like you can see him like
he's
from the
on
whole time,
stage the whole time.
The whole time, and it's just like.
Do you know what he said?
He just walks up and he says, "It's my turn now," or something.
I'd like to nominate this game to my reformed
Orthodox
Rabbi
Bill Clinton. And they've actually, like, this thing has become such a meme now. I saw, like, somebody did a mod and Bill Clinton is in Elden Ring right now. He's just running through, and I'm like, what?
So, okay.
Overall, it's very serious. So I mean, it was...
I was working. I just had to stream on, like, kind of in the background as I was working. And I remember, like, starting to turn my brain off because like, oh, it's done, so whatever. And then I remember just hearing in this weird voice like something Bill Clinton. I was like, what the fuck was that? So like bring the tab back up. I go back to YouTube and I hit the left arrow key to go back
go back
like 10 seconds. And I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I mean, the thing was like they had the presenter from the Game Award, the winner from last year. The guy was like, F the Oscars and everything, and and so like I thought it was like maybe his kid was up there, and I remember Ehe was in the chat and he was just like halfway through the speech, he's like, yo, who's that kid?
Yeah, okay.
So who's that kid?
Yeah, so this kid literally like walks up with the Elden Ring team, like completely,
and no one
like stone-faced confidence, just walks on stage, and nobody stops him.
And he's sitting in the background, just like half shady and not at the same time.
He's like.
But his hands are in his pockets.
He looks so confident.
And he's just like, and like every once in a while he'll move. And like the weirdest thing was like knowing that for this award show, they know how many people are supposed to be on that stage. They know. And like you can see at one point someone tells Jeff on the side something. And you're like, okay, they know this kid's not supposed to be up there, but they can't break up the speech.
Here's the thing, okay. I mean, luckily, thankfully, he just did something weird on stage. Like he just said something weird on stage. But like I feel personally like they probably I know it's game of the year. I know it's the final word of the night. I know it's the big moment for
they should have ran out, tackled him.
For that night. But they probably should have been like, hold up.
Yeah.
And
then come back.
Can you get off stage and then let them continue their speech? Like I know it's their big night and they have probably time constraints and maybe sponsors to worry about maybe for image reasons, but like probably they should have stopped them.
Maybe from the get. I mean, the weird thing is like they didn't at the very end when he gets on the mic. They didn't cut the mic.
They didn't cut the mic,
and they didn't cut the camera either. They didn't like they. No one knew who this kid was.
But
and maybe they didn't do it fast enough. Maybe they did try. I don't know. They had time.
But he was on stage the whole time.
He was on stage for like 5 minutes.
So I know like. When he gets on, I think the first words out of FromSoft in the beginning was first off, Bikuri arigato, right?
Yeah.
And then the translator's like, thank you so much. Like maybe like a couple seconds after that, just before they get rolling, before they even
just like actually stop them
before they get really really rolling, like kind of stop them, be like, we're sorry about this. Can you get the hell off stage right now?
Yeah. Good, but I mean, like, the weirdest thing is like Miyazaki is like he's like so elated with the award and everything.
Yeah.
So when this kid is in front of him, he's actually still smiling.
He's still looking at.
He's looking at the kid.
If you can, I don't know if you can bring this up. I don't know if you're gonna like edit this lightly like afterwards. But you want to bring this up. So the moment he goes on mic, the translator kind of looks over and with this, he's got this expression that's just like, who the fuck is this guy? Who is this?
No one knew. Like it was honestly the most unexpected thing of the night, to a really good show. I mean, that was some of the best reveals. None of it leaked.
We even had Fighter.
Well, I mean, yeah, except for Street Fighter technically, but none of the characters, like we didn't see there was like 3 new characters or 4. 3 new characters. DJ was back as well, so 4 characters. The trailer for that stuff didn't leak, and then we even had Bioshock, Ken Levine's next game that was there, Judas. So it was like, overall, that was a crazy good show. But man,
it's pretty funny.
The Summon Ash. We joked that kid is like either he's an invader. He's an invader, or he's like a Summon Ash that Miyazaki like put in front of him to fight.
So yeah, that was wild. So overall, I'd say it was a pretty good show. But
it was a good show.
I typically, honestly, don't give too much. I like
this was better than the summer game stuff.
That's true. I like it for the announcements. I don't like it for the awards. I always tune in.
They only did like a few awards actually on stage because they shortened the show by maybe 30 minutes, and then Christopher Judd lengthened the show by 10 minutes.
He was doing it for Steam Decks, right?
Well, that was the joke that Jeff made after that. Like, oh, you guys got more Steam Decks out of this. But who knows? Maybe he actually was.
If you go to the Steam Deck subreddit, so r/Steam Deck, everyone's just like, "Thank you so much for this
There was just one point where you're like, Kratos is speaking a long time. Oh yeah, he's still Kratos. Oh, that's not Kratos anymore. It's just a guy speaking.
So funny.
Anyways, we'll be back again for our game of the year.
Probably
our normal
Monday show.
Our normal Monday show, and then like for game of the year stuff. So, if you like this video, thanks for watching. Go ahead, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you all a little bit later for some more talk. This has been the Unknown Games Podcast bonus episode.
All right, peace.
Peace.